What you're going to learn today is not known by many Nigerians living in Nigeria. It's not known by many Africans living in Africa. It's not also known by many Africans and Nigerians living in diaspora. Because if they know what I'm about to show you today, they will think differently and they're going to invest differently. Now, we're going to compare different asset class and look at their performance in the last 20 years. And our focus is going to be on financial instruments in Nigeria. Between the last 20 years, there have been change in government across all states and the entire country. There have been different policies made in the country. Loans has been taken, loans has been paid to international financial institutions. So let us now look at the performance generally. Now we have Wema Bank and we have Zenith Bank. So let me see if I can clone this. No, I don't even need to clone anyways. If you look at this is gold. Anything I'm going to show today, try and fact check everything by doing your own independent research. Don't take my word for it. Now, this is 2005. So we want to compare the data between 2005 and 2025. 2005, the price of gold closed at $544 for that year. And that was at the time when the exchange rate in Nigeria was 132 naira per dollar. So if you multiply 444 by 132, it will give you 71,808. That's how much it's going to give to you. So if you fast forward that to 2025, what you're going to see is this. We are not even mentioning 2006 performance, 2025 performance. The gold closed at $4,363 for that year. So we're not even concerned about the all-time high for that year. We're talking about the closing price for that year, which is $4,363 per ounce of gold. And that same year, we had an exchange rate of 1,502. The good part now is that the exchange rate is around 1,380, 390 right now. So somehow Naira has managed to gain value against the USD. But this was the exchange rate in the year that we are considering. Now the price in Naira would be 4,363 multiplied by 1,502, which is 6.64 million naira. So what that means is between 2005 and 2025, gold value has increased from 71,000 naira to 6.6 million naira within 20 years period. So if you look at that and you use tools like percentage calculator here, then you come here, you type starting value, let's say 71,808, then you say final value is 6,640, let's say 640. Then what are the other values? Then 486, right? 486. Then click on calculate. So if you calculate this, there has been 9,147% increase. This is it. Straight calculation. 9,147.56% increase within 20 years. It's crazy. So meaning that if you had bought gold at 1,008 when the market closed for that year, right? Then this is how much you have. The market closed around the market opened around 411. If you had bought around 411 that year, you are going to even make way more than what you are seeing here. I just decided to use the closing price. So if you check that chart, that data, you will see that the opening price was around 411 for that year, USD for that year. Now, if you look at this, it's so crazy, right? So if you now look at our stock, This is Wema Bank. Wema Bank happens to be one of the best performing stock in Nigeria. Then we have Zenith Bank. This is the data about Zenith Bank here. Zenith Bank stock was trading around 10.9 to 15 naira in 2005. Today it is trading around 10, around 10. So if you come here to the percentage calculator and you say you type something like 10.90, let's even take the highest one, the what's it called, right? 10.90 and 110.8 as at no, this is current price actually. 110.8. Let's have a look at that. So 110.8. Let's calculate that. How much is that? 916. The top performing stock, there is no how you are going to search for stock that performed well in the last 20 years in Nigeria that you are not going to come across Zenith Bank, GT Bank, Dangote Cement. These are things that you find there. Now this guy has done 916. Now if you now come back, if you go to search engine again, you switch this to GT Bank. Let's say GT Bank. Let's see what the search will look like. GT Bank. How much was it? Do you remember GT Bank in 2000 okay, so let's say it's around 6.83. Let's even assume you are able to get in around 6.83 that year, and now it's at 126. So let us go back to the percentage calculator and say 6.83. It looks like an impressive figure, right? And these are one of the top performers in that industry. Then 126 now, which is the current price now, quite impressive. So let's say 126, the current price, calculate it. 1,744%. Do you see that? So then let us type this here. Let's say Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank 1,000, sorry, Naira 16, 916%. Then GT Bank has done, how much is that? 1,000 what? 1,744. Let's say that 1,744%. That's the performance. Now let us check Dangote Cement. These are the top performance. You should Google it or you search for it. So let's go to Dangote Cement. I'm not sure Dangote Cement has been listed since that period, anyways. Dangote Cement. If you had invested in Dangote Cement when it was listed publicly, what was the price? Okay, it was listed in 2010. Okay, not 2000. Let's just take like 15 years data, right? So 133 versus 1047. Let's go. So 133. Am I correct? Let me confirm it. Okay, 135 years versus 1047. So 135 versus 1047. This is the current price. How much is that? It has done 675%. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Dangote, you are very great. 600 what? Let me confirm it. 607 something percent. What's wrong with the keypad? The touchpad rather. Okay, 675%. 675. 675%. 675%. So which other one again? And let us now take something. Let us say historical yield. But this time around, let us use Gemini for it. Let's say historical yield of Nigeria Treasury, that is correct, Treasury bills from 2005 to 2025. Let's have a look at that. Yeah. So let's have a look at, let's switch to AI mode. All right. So there are rates every year. You can see the range. You can see the range. 2005, 2007, it will give you for 1 year, it will give you 9.5 to 11.5. You can see that? You can see that. Okay, I will now say now, if I have invested 71,808 naira, sorry, okay, naira in 2005, and I continue to compound. Let's say you are compounding to compound my 364 days yield. Yield. Oh, yield. How much will I have at the end of 2025 investment cycle? Okay, so let's ask that question. Let's see how this is going to calculate it for us. So we can now find out. All right, this is quite impressive. This is the summary. An investment of 7,808 naira in 2005 compounded annually across 21 investment cycles will grow to approximately 760,843. This is what most Nigerians don't know. Now let us now take this data to percentage calculator. Say 71,000, yes, 808 invested in 2000 and where is it again? Give us 600 and let me just copy this so that I will not have to start. Let me just copy it. So sorry. So let me, all right. So let me paste this here. Let me remove the points. Remove this comma also to avoid it. How much is that going to give us? Impressive performance. 967% increase. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. You can say mad. 967%. Let me close this tab. I'll come back here again. I'll paste this. Wow, 967. This is crazy. Wow, impressive. Let's say Treasury bills give us 667, right? I hope that is correct. Let's try it again. So 71808 versus, I'm going to copy it. I don't want to type it. So versus this guy, bam. So how much is that going to give us? 960 something. Let's compound that again. 967, yeah, correct. 967%. Impressive. Impressive. For those of you that like to buy house and use it for rent, rented apartments, this one is even worse. Before you break even, it is worse. I don't want to go into that anyways. It will actually increase for those build house and be collecting rent. You are wasting money. I can tell you that 100%. So look at their father. This guy, let's say gold yield. Okay, let's just say gold. Okay, let's say Let's go to this again. Sorry. Okay, let me copy this figure here. I'll just copy it and paste it so that we can have the actual record. We don't want to make an assumption. So let me see if you can calculate it correctly. Yeah, it was able to do it. 9,147%. 9,147. Well, sorry. So let me go back to this. 9,147%. It has clearly outperformed your best performers. It has outperformed your best performance, the best of your best performance can think of. You can see that. So when Abimbola is telling you that you should consider having gold in your portfolio, it is not like it's just like gold. Maybe that guy just like gold. Have you ever seen gold on my neck before? No. What you know is that I trade gold in the forex market a lot, and it's my favorite, it's my best and favorite pair till now, right? But I need to give you the facts. The record is clear. I hope you are now convinced and you are not confused. So don't forget, some of you want to invest in stock market. Along the way, you are just going to buy some useless stock, and you will be stuck. You are going to be stuck in that stock. That's the problem. Do you understand? You are going to be stuck in that stock. So why try to sometimes people try to outperform the average stock in the market, whereas the stock now outperform them. They are trying to select, to pick. You are asking questions. Which one is the best? Which one is undervalued? Which one has potential? Even all the dividend that they will give to you, if you had all the dividends since 2005 to this, all the dividends will not be more than 200% of what you have invested. If you check that, if you do your research, if something I've done before, but I don't want to waste our time here. If you check the dividend that they give to you, that they share to the investors every year, if you add it to the actual performance and everything, it still cannot reach half of 9,000. Some companies, maybe all the dividends together is 200%, 100% of what they have, 300%. Even if you had 300% to this is just a little bit above 2,000%, which is still far behind 9,000 plus percent. Just you are not doing anything. You just bought it, and you can keep it in US. They have vaults in Switzerland. They have vaults in US. They have vault services in United Kingdom. You just buy and keep it in those vaults. You don't. It's only a stupid person that will be buying and bringing it to his country. Yes, you don't need to do that because of all this security problem, all this wahala. You don't need to go through that stress. Just buy and keep it in the vault of that country. I mentioned three countries now: the US vault, the Switzerland vault, which is the Swiss vault, then the London vault. How much are you going to pay? Small amount of money, tiny amount of money you are going to be paying to what's it called? You are going to pay to, like, for rent, because they are renting the vault to you. So there's some security, that military grade security around the vault that are protecting it all around the world. Do you understand? So you are just paying small fraction, small, and the small that you must have paid, even in 20 years, is not even up to. It may not even be up to 2% of the amount of money you bought the good. It is not possible. You are just fraction. Imagine you are buying gold for, let's say, $50,000, and you are paying maybe around, maybe how much? You are paying maybe $120 per annum for the vault service. 120 times 20 years, that's at 2004. And that investment of 50K has increased to like 200K. So how much have you actually paid for the vault? Almost nothing. Do you understand? That is the power of gold investing. Now, when we say we want to have in our retirement investment cooperative, Imagine someone who wanted to retire and that person has had this amount in gold since 2005. You know, so imagine how much the person will have right now. This has clearly outperformed any pension fund in the country. Yes, any pension fund in the country has clearly outperformed it with wide margin. So when we are inviting you to retirement cooperative, come and join, come and be a founding member, come and be a member. This is exactly what we are talking about. So we are looking at investment that can clearly outperform any investment in Nigeria that can make in our stock market, any money market, any mutual fund, any bond. Just that's just it. These guys, they are lagging behind like crazy. Gold will continue to do what it has to do, what it knows how to do to protect you from any inflation whatsoever in your country, to shield you, to guide you, to protect you. That's exactly what it does. Now the question now is, are you going to allow to do it? So in the cooperative, you're going to be investing in gold, you're going to be investing in Bitcoin, strategic investment, you're going to be investing in oil palm together with rubber. Yes, the trees are growing every year. They are increasing in output, in height every year. And also, we're going to be investing in startups. Startups, carefully selected startups. Those that have the potential to become unicorn in the future. You know what unicorn is? Companies that are worth more than $1 billion. A unicorn status, right? So when they are undervalued, you want to like put some money here and there, so that and the money will go to be in dollar. The gold investment is dollar, the Bitcoin is dollar, the startup is dollar. The only investment that will actually be in naira will be the cash crop investment, which is going to be the oil palm and the rubber. Yes. So how can you now have all of these things in your portfolio and not retire well? How can you now have all these in your investment portfolio and not outperform anybody else that doesn't know about what you are doing? Yeah, that is it. So and the cooperative, every month you are making contributions in the cooperative, 100 years minimum, 100 years minimum every year. It's not going to be easy. Nobody says it's going to be easy. But you have to go through that consistency and pay that discipline so that the retirement can be worth it. You can enjoy it. Old age no be small thing o. Old age is not easy. That's the truth. So that you can retire well. So if you are watching this video now, you have watched till to this point. Come on, send a DM. This is the number 081 844 1993 6. WhatsApp, phone call. Yeah, send a DM. Let me know if you want to join as family member. We have 17, no, we have 16 people right now. Yeah, 16 people right now who have signed up to be one of the founding members. If you have extra 4, 5, 6, we are going to register with the government, get an operating license, they will get started. Then if you are now joining after the founders, after the founding members, you now become a member of the cooperative. Yes, you become a member. So that is it. This is something that most people don't know. They don't know. They have no idea. Yeah. Like investment that gives you peace of mind. Buy good and keep. Wait for 10, 20 years and see how far. Simple. You're not monitoring anything. They said the price of DT something has crashed. They said the price of Zenith Bank has crashed. They said Zenith Bank is it has liquidated. They said that is none of your business. You don't have to keep calling what's it called? Because government will keep printing more money. They are addicted to printing money. They have no choice. They print more money, they create inflation intentionally. Whether in US, you know, even if you're in US, you must still have gold in the portfolio by fire by force. I don't think it's possible. You must have it there. Because if you look at the price of gold, let me scroll up a little bit. Look at 500 okay, let's say 544. in USD value. Let me go to this percentage increase. Let me paste this. Now go back to this, which is 4,000 plus. They will check the difference. Even in USD, it still performed well. Look at that, over 700% in USD. Now, how many investments can you make in US that can give you 700% plus? Because if you look at let's even look at their bond. Well, maybe if you have invested early into Apple stocks, maybe Google stocks, yeah, you can outperform this. But that still does not mean that you should not have gold in your portfolio. Because in times of crisis, when those guys begin to fall, this guy will stand. So it's like an edge, even if you're in US, Canada, UK, Australia, it's like an edge you have against your government in the country, against your government. Yeah, that is it. So if you look at the price of gold since 1970s, 1960s, around at something dollar, look at the price today. So that is it. I cannot emphasize this enough, but I have to walk you through that calculation so that it will make a lot of sense to you. So have a lovely day.